Hey guys, I'm back out in the field again. Thank you for tuning in. If you watched my last video, I've kind of been testing out some different 308 loads through this Ruger Ranch Gen 2 in 308. And I've been looking for a good hunting load. And I think I've found one that groups well through this rifle, and it's the AAC 150 grain Sabre black tip. I'm liking how that's shooting, so I got a few more boxes. I'm going to go ahead and re-zero my rifle again. The last video I did it at 55 yards. After kind of running the ballistics a little more, I found I want to do a 35-yard zero, and I'll put a graphic up on the video so you guys can understand why. Basically, I'm going to zero the tip of the chevron at 35 yards. That'll give me a nice 35, 200-yard zero, and then my BDC further down in the reticle will line up nicely. If you missed those other videos, I'm using the Primary Arms SLX 1-6 with the Raptor ACSS reticle. I'm really liking this setup. I think it's going to be a great setup for hunting and for other general purpose needs. So I'm going to go ahead and just fire a few rounds. I've already adjusted the scope based off of my ballistic data to bring it up to a 35-yard zero. So really I just need to confirm it. And then I'm going to go up on the distance range and confirm at distance. I do have a bit of a wind today, about a 10 to 15 mile an hour breeze out here. So of course that's going to add a little bit of complexity to the situation, but I think we can handle it. Okay guys, just finished up putting 5 rounds of the 150 grain Sabre black tip on target at 35 yards. And so what we have here is the first 2 rounds are here and here, pretty much stacked on top of each other. I could tell through the scope that I was hitting a little high, so I dialed down 2 clicks. And then 1, 2, and 3 are right here. So pretty good shooting ammo, really. I mean, this is only 35 yards, so it's not like it looks good at 35 yards. And at 100, it was holding groups similar, but I just want to make sure this was my aiming point, so I wanted to make sure that I was hitting where I was aiming. And now I'm going to move up on the distance portion of the range. Now we're up at the distance range. We've zeroed the scope at 35. Now I want to confirm that that same aiming point at 35 yards is hitting at 200 yards like my ballistic calculator says it should. So I'm going to confirm that, and then we're going to also try to confirm at distance on our BDC that the mark that is supposed to be for 300 yards actually hits at 300, 400, and 500, okay? Now the winds come up. We're getting some pretty good gusts up here, so it'll be a bit of a challenge to hit these targets at distance, I think, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot anyways. Hey guys, first up is the 200-yard silhouette. That's that white silhouette out there. I should have brought some white paint and repainted this thing so we could see some impacts a little better. But I'm going to go ahead and aim for kind of a more open area on the right side of the target. I'm going to aim for that. Okay. I'm going to send another. This time I'm going to aim a little bit to the right edge of the target because we do have that. We got about a half value wind from right to left. Okay. And I did see that impact. I'm feeling pretty good about where this rifle's hitting. So I'm going to go ahead and move out to 300. Okay, now at 300 yards, I'm going to use the top of that vertical post as my elevation because that's supposed to be for 300 yards. And I'm going to hold on the right edge of the target because of this half value wind we got going on. All right. I'm going to go ahead and send another just for backup. Okay, now I'm out at 400 yards. So it's going to be that first horizontal hash mark. And I'm going to use the left side 10-mile-per-hour wind dot to see where we're at. I'm afraid that might not even be enough wind, so I'm actually going to hold that same wind dot on the right edge of the target. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm going to hold it on the center of the target, the left wind dot. There we go. The reason I decided to do that was because the wind's kind of mellowed out for a moment. So that's the thing when you're shooting in the wind, you have to be able to adjust based on the gusting of the wind. Let's see if I can sneak another one in there. I was too slow. It's starting to gust again here. Yep. It's tough without a spotter. I can't really tell, you know, am I holding too much for wind or not enough? I think my elevation's good though. Okay, for that one, I just held with the 5-mile-an-hour wind dot because there's kind of a lull in the wind. Okay, guys, so I've hit it 2, 3, and 4 with the Sabre black tip using the BDC marks as I predicted they would work, and it seems like they're working. I'm fighting the wind quite a bit, but I'm holding, my elevation's good if I can get the windage on target. So what I want to do now is I've got this PPU M80 ball, and I'm just going to throw this in, and I'm going to go back through 2, 3, and 4 and see if using the exact same 0, if I can still make hits on target. Because that's the beautiful part about the ACSS reticles to me, is not only do they work good when you've zeroed them correctly, but they've been designed, I believe, to work within with a variety of rounds within a certain range. And so even if you're zeroed for a specific load, they'll still function well with other loads. So what I like about that is it allows you to have a practice load and then a more serious defensive or hunting load. So here we are, M80 ball, 200 yards, just using the tip of the chevron. Yep, nothing surprising there. Now, one thing I've noticed with this M80 ball is it does cycle harder in the bolt. So moving out to 300. I'm just using the exact same holds I would, or that I was a minute ago with the Sabre black tip. That one was a miss. I think I was holding a bit too much for wind on that last one because there was hardly any wind for a second there. Okay, just held the right edge of the target. Go ahead and send one more. And this is at 300 yards. That one was a miss. I think I winged it there. Wasn't a very solid hit, but it was a hit. Okay, let's go ahead and go out to 400. See what I can come up with out here again. Okay, first round was a hit. It's a good sign. And I'm just using that same 400-yard BDC mark. Oh, and I'm out of ammo. Dang it. Just when you're having fun, you run out of bullets. Well, guys, I think that was a pretty good little range session. You know, I didn't shoot perfectly, but I've got this pretty atrocious wind I'm trying to shoot into, so I don't feel too bad. I got the scope zeroed at 35 yards, confirmed it at 200 yards with the hunting ammunition, so I think this is ready to roll now. And then I took it out to distance, made hits at 300 and 400 yards as well. You know, getting some practice using those wind holds that are built into this Raptor ACSS, those were definitely helpful. You know, and then after I did that, I was able to turn right around and throw some M80 ball FMJ rounds in, and using the exact same holds, basically duplicate all my hits from before. So I'm really happy with this. I think it's a great general purpose setup. You know, it can shoot a variety of rounds pretty well. You know, it's not a target rifle by any means, but it's a lightweight rifle that is very convenient for packing around in the field, and I think you can do everything you need to do with it realistically. I just want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you guys for checking out my store and supporting my channel, and thank you for subscribing and all your comments. I've really enjoyed getting to conversate with quite a few, and there's a lot of you that are very knowledgeable, and I appreciate you guys sharing that knowledge, not just for my own sake, but everybody else who sees it. So anyways, have a great day. Take care.